Today, we're going to tell you the one definitive best way to sell your car. But just joking, there's no definitive answer. There never is. That's how life works. But hey, we'll show you the 4 best ways and you can decide which one works best for you. All right, today we are breaking down the 4 best ways to sell your car and also providing some tips and details for each, because for every person, there's a different case for which way is the best way for you to sell your car, because everybody's needs are different. Some people, it's a trade-in. Other people, it's a private sell. A lot of people have success with Carmigo. Spoiler alert, we're gonna recommend Carmigo in a lot of cases, because, you know, that's who we are. We're Carmigo. It really depends on you, your financial situation, your appetite for risk, your timetable, your personality. So we're gonna get into the 4 best ways. We're gonna give you plenty of detail on each one, and then you can decide what's best for you. All right, the most common way to sell a car is probably trade-ins. Like a dealership trade-in, you gotta get a new car, take it to the dealership you're gonna buy your car from, they give you an offer, they take it off the new car price. Trading a car in, it's like selling an old game back to GameStop. Super easy, but it's not gonna be worth near as much unless you're also trying to buy from that store. It's super easy, especially if you know what kind of car you're gonna get and where you wanna get it from. Drive your car to the lot, get a price, ask for more, settle for less, get your new car, drive it home. Bada bing, bada boom, your car is sold. Couldn't be easier. But sometimes convenience comes at a cost. First of all, that person's job is to literally get that car from you for as little as they can. That's just how they make money. It's not because they don't like you. It's not because they don't like your car, they're just doing business. As convenient as it is, no one really wants to go like have a stranger look under their hood and like groan and mutter a number that's way less than what you were thinking.
I don't know, seems like you got something wrong with your frat basket.
But again, so convenient that a lot of people do it. And you can also shop your car from lot to lot. Sometimes that means you get a better price. That also means you gotta buy a car from those lots. So, you know, then if you get the offer you want, a lot of times you're like selling your car to a Kia lot, but you really needed a truck, and you're just kind of out of luck. And a lot of times the reason you get a price that's lower than you want is because that dealership can't sell that car to their customer in that moment, right? So they're gonna have to wholesale it somewhere else, pay for transportation. The thing about a trade-in is it's like convenient for the dealer too, and they're settling a little bit, you know? It's kind of a compromise for both people. Unless, you know, they needed a 2019 Civic with about 60,000 miles on it, and you have a 2019 Civic with like 65,000 miles on it, then you could probably get a really good deal. But if they don't need exactly what you've got, then you're probably gonna see a little less money on your side of the sale. Anyway, if you know where you wanna buy your car, and you know what kind of car you wanna get, and they give you a pretty decent offer on a trade-in, awesome. That's best case scenario. And that's why a lot of people go with the trade-in. So your benefits of a trade-in, like we talked about, convenience. Second benefit, free coffee. Seriously, I've had dealership coffee that is better than like mid-level cafe coffee. So bring a book, drink a cup of coffee while they inspect your car. Not a bad morning. Number 3, time saving. 4, tax saving. So this is pretty cool. So if you trade your car in, you can save a lot of money on sales tax, depending on what the sales tax in your state is, and if your state even charges sales tax on vehicle purchases. So it's like this, just for convenience sake, just pretend that I have an old busted up Prius. Let's say I'm tired of my busted up old hypothetical Prius. So I want to trade it in for a brand new Ford Maverick. All right, so they say, we'll give you $5,000 for the Prius. Yeah, right. And let's say the Maverick is $25,000. So they give me $5,000 for the Prius, and the Maverick's $25,000, and the difference is $20,000. Then I only pay sales tax on $20,000 instead of on $25,000. That's a difference of about $350 in the end. But that's a really small trade-in. So if you have a pretty valuable trade-in, you know, if you're trading in a car that's worth like $10,000, $15,000, and you're buying a car that's worth more than that, then those tax breaks really start to add up. Think about trading it in to a dealership. You actually may save some money on a tax break that would make up the difference for making more money like in a private sale. So you could come out about the same and save some time. Now, an exception to this would be if you live in Alaska, Delaware, Montana, New Hampshire, or Oregon. And then the final benefit is a guaranteed sale. So here's some trade-in drawbacks. Typically, you get a lower valuation on the car you're trying to sell. There's limited negotiations. Like I said earlier, the dealership's not necessarily being mean. It's not that they don't like your car. It's just they really only want to pay for the cars they know they can turn around and sell right then and there. Otherwise, they've got to wholesale it, pay for transportation. It's a whole thing. So if you bring them a car that they don't need to sell immediately or don't think they can sell immediately, it's not really worth their time unless you're buying a car from them, right? So then they'll deal with it a little bit. And then finally, limited selection. Once you do finally find that place, it's like we talked about, if you can get the best offer at a Keebler dealership, it may not work out for you if you're trying to buy a truck. You're looking for a specific car, then your trade-in at that lot might be less than it would be somewhere else. Here's a couple tips for trading. First of all, you want to do your research. See if you can find a few dealerships in your area.
and get prices from each one. That way you can say like, look, I want to buy a car from here. Dealership across the street is going to give me $500 more for my truck. Can you meet me somewhere in the middle? Get a few offers from the dealerships in the area. And also consider what types of new cars you want to buy. So if you want to buy a new Hyundai or a new Ford, then you have more options where you can trade your car in. The second tip for trading in your car is clean it. Your car's a mess, clean it. The dealership sees a clean car, they're like, hey, this is gonna save us half a day. And our final tip for trade-ins is you gotta clear your schedule. If you're gonna try and shop your car from dealership to dealership, you're gonna need to spend half a day or a day on that. All right, let's talk about selling your car privately. Here are the benefits of selling privately. There's no middleman, you take all the risk, you take all the reward. You have control over the sale, you make the rules. It's your car, no one else is involved. There's no commissions or fees, and you build in all the flexibility you need in that sale. So the drawbacks of selling privately, the legal requirements and paperwork can be a little bit tricky. It's time consuming. It can be unsafe to sell to strangers on the internet. And finally, you gotta negotiate, which some people live for negotiations. Me, I do not.
One time, I put a 2005 Honda Accord Coupe with heated leather seats and a sunroof and something like 200,000 miles on it on Craigslist. I got a lot of offers and none of them cash. One person, come closer, this is serious. One person offered me a chainsaw, a generator, which I think was a Honda too, and a couple of coolers. They weren't even Yetis. Here's how terrible that experience was. Of all the offers I got, that's the one that I actually considered.
And they always have something random to say about your car.
You know they recalled the headlight fluid on these in 2008.
I'm like 60% sure that's made up.
So here's some tips for selling privately. They're not a whole lot different. Number one, research your car's value. You don't want to go in with a crazy price. You don't want to go in with too low a price either. Number two, clean your car. Detail your car, the car's dirty. Number three, take great pictures in your advertisement so that people can really see it. If you have terrible pictures of your car in bad light and it doesn't look great, nobody's gonna want to buy it. Number four, advertise it effectively. Make sure you're hitting, the want ads, the classifieds, online marketplaces. Make sure all your friends know, all your mama's friends on Facebook, make sure they know. And finally, be prepared to have nightmares. Negotiations. Be prepared to negotiate. All right, another common way for people to sell a car is to sell to someone they know. If a trade-in is like selling a game back to GameStop, selling your car to a friend is more like arranging a prepaid group trip to an escape room. Someone's gonna get mad, someone's gonna feel like they're out a few bucks, but overall it's probably gonna be fun. This is pretty similar to selling privately. There's just a little more safety. You're not dealing with strangers, and there's less advertising. A lot of times it can be easier. Not all cases. Sometimes it can be more stressful. It depends on your friends and depends on the situation. A little bit of a warning. I have a friend, very kind, trustworthy, good dude. True story. Sold his car to another friend of ours. Also, kind, good, trustworthy dude. They were friends, almost family. They like each other, they know each other, they trust each other. Sell a good car, good working order, the other person needed a car, bought it at a good price. A month later, car completely stops working, major engine problems, just totaled. It's like, what do? You feel bad. Not legally obligated to do anything. Didn't have a problem beforehand, right? Anyway, sometimes selling to a friend's great, especially if the car's in good condition, but you never know. Let that be a lesson. Here's some pros and cons of selling your car within your group. Pros, trust, very friends. 2, convenience. They go to a friend's house. You're gonna hang out with them anyway, they give you cash, you give them a car, they give you a ride home. Great. It's an easy transaction, and there's a lower risk of scams, unless your friends are scammers, in which case, get new friends. The drawbacks to selling a car is it can be a little bit awkward. If you sell your car to your friend, something happens. And also, you really want to spend the afternoon haggling with your cousin's, brother's, sister's former roommate? It's like, come on, Bridget, I've seen your house. Let's go up on that price a little bit. There's the emotional attachment, the potential for awkwardness and misunderstandings. It just can be weird, getting emotions involved. And then also, if you're selling to your friend, you're gonna get a lower selling price probably. You're probably gonna give your friend a better deal than you would give a stranger. So you may end up getting a little bit less money for it because your friends are cheap and you know it. But also you'll probably just give your friends a better deal. Could be super convenient and easy if you got chill friends. So here's some tips for if you're gonna sell in your circle. You gotta have boundaries, you gotta have ground rules if you're gonna sell to people you know and love. First, be honest. Second, set a fair price. It's thunder break, big thunder break. Set a fair price. Imagine if Dave told you he'd give you a good price on his 2016 Tahoe, and you're like, cool, yeah, let's do it. And then he turns around and tells you, yeah, it's gonna be $50,000. Come on, Dave. Don't be like Dave. Get the paperwork in order. Get it detailed, make repairs, get it cleaned, your car's dirty. Be professional and consider payment options. True story, I have a friend who owns a restaurant and he bought a truck for like free meals for life or for years. And finally, like, don't get emotional. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. All right, the final way that we're gonna tell you how to sell your car today is Carmigo. And look, we made Carmigo to fix this whole conundrum of like, what's the best way to sell your car? Now, those other ways may be best for you. They truly may be. In a lot of cases, Carmigo is gonna be the fastest, the easiest. You're gonna get more offers from more dealerships in one place. So we get dealerships from all over. We have this giant network of dealerships and they make offers on your car. So it's kind of like getting trade-in offers from everywhere. That's bound to give you a better market price. A lot of times a better market price than you can get pretty much anywhere else. And we do it fast, we do it in a day, and we make it super easy. You do it from your phone. So that's why we think that Carmigo is probably like the best option. And the cool thing is you can give it a try, and if you don't sell, if you get $1 less than what you want, no obligation to sell, no fee, nothing. Is a trade-in offer a surer bet than Carmigo? Sure. But you'll probably get less money and you'll have to drive from lot to lot to get a competitive price. Can you make more selling privately? Maybe. Do you really want to go through all of that work just to get scammed on Facebook Marketplace? And I mean, unless you're a pro at selling privately too, we can probably get you more money. I mean, if you're an absolute pro at selling cars, turn this off, go sell your car. It's fast, it's easy. We can get you offers from dealerships all over the country, and you can do it from your phone, so you never have to leave your driveway. Plus, most sellers on the Carmigo Marketplace get multiple offers in less than a day. So it's fast, it's easy, you're gonna get money, good money for your car. The people buying cars on Carmigo have dealerships, have used car lots, and they're trying to stock it with the kinds of cars that people coming into their dealership every day want to buy. So in different places, that means different things. Which is like if you're living in a big city where cars are more popular than trucks, but you drive a truck, listen, on Carmigo, we have dealerships in cities and in rural areas. So maybe a dealership in a rural area needs a truck more, they're willing to pay more. Benefits of selling, quick and easy. We have a wide audience. We have a lot of buyers who are actively on the site every day buying cars from consumers. Buying used cars from consumers like you every day. There's no internet strangers, we handle all that. There's no hassle, we handle the paperwork, we do transportation, and don't sell, don't pay. We'll even pick it up. The drawbacks to selling on Carmigo, if you're trying to sell like a specific, customized, older car, something like that, we're not gonna get you the best price. It truly is too fast for some people. We do charge a fee, we charge a flat fee. And for some people, they don't wanna do the fee. We take the fee out of the final sale price. We only charge a fee if it sells, and we take it out of the sale price. So you never like hand us money. Just whenever we get the money from the dealership that buys your car, we pay off your loan if you have one, and we take out the fee and we ACH it right back over to you. So, trade it in, great, fast, easy, may not get as much money. If you want to sell privately, it's going to be a lot of work. There's definitely some risk involved, but you could make a little bit more money. If you want to sell to your friends, that's like probably the easiest way if you've got cool, chill friends. But there are some drawbacks there. It can get weird. And then Carmigo is just, we'll handle it for you. List your car from your phone, take a few photos, answer a few questions. We'll get offers from dealers all over the country.